What is going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo
And Bill.
And today we are doing the 2006 film WRESTLEMANIAC.
Yeah!
Directed by Jesse Baguette. I'm assuming it's Baguette, B-A-G-E-T. Sounds like a French bread to me.
Yeah, I thought baguette was some type of bread or pastry.
Yep, pretty much.
Huh.
And stars Rey Mysterio in the title role of El Mascarado.
Rey Mysterio Sr.
Yep. Now, when you bought this movie, because we were actually living together times before I was married, we were roommates.
Yes.
And you bought this film thinking, we thought it was Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah.
It even kind of looked like him on the cover.
A little bit.
You know, because the tattoo and everything.
Yeah.
But it turns out it was Rey Mysterio Sr., which is fine. This movie is still awesome without Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh, yeah. And, in fact, Rey Mysterio Sr. is actually a lot bigger.
Yeah, much more imposing force.
Yeah. And it's actually his uncle.
Yep. So our story is that an amateur porn crew is traveling around Mexico looking for the perfect place to film. They come across a ghost town where local legend has it the luchador wrestler is hiding out and kills anybody he comes across.
Yes. In fact, his own government put him there because he was killing people in the ring.
Yep. Now, for those of you that don't know much about Mexican wrestling and luchadors, a big part of the luchador lore is that a luchador at the end of the match tries to remove the mask of one of his opponents. If he does so remove the mask, it is therefore shame and humiliation on the opponent.
And they can never wrestle again.
Pretty much. Or at least not, well, they can wrestle again, but not with the mask on. So in our film here, El Mascarado, because nobody's ever wearing luchador masks, he rips people's faces off instead.
Fun times!
And it is a glorious fiesta to be had by everybody. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to be a very long review, guys. Did you have anything you wanted to say about this movie, aside from the fact that we liked it? It's good?
No. The only fun thing that it does have Rey Mysterio Sr., who is actually the uncle of Rey Mysterio Jr.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing.
Yep.
But we do have a real luchador in this film.
And it's not a laugh stock movie. This is a actual, not 100% serious like Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween.
No.
But it is a semi-serious slasher movie. It is not a horror comedy.
No.
There are some funny moments.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think they were intentionally trying to be funny. This movie has some awesome kills. It has some very good scenery. And it's shot incredibly well. And it looks really good.
Yes. Well, where should we start? Pros or cons?
I say we start with cons because I've only got like one.
I've only got two, so why don't I start since I've got two?
Go ahead.
All right. My first con for this film. Acting. The acting.
They weren't terrible. I didn't think they were that bad.
They weren't that great, though, either.
They weren't bad. They weren't bad. They weren't as bad as a lot of others I've seen.
Oh, no, some of them were horrible. Some of their acting is kind of bad.
Remind me to loan you my copy of Carousel. It's about a killer carousel unicorn that comes alive and kills people. And
It's carousel
fucking hilarious. It is one of the funniest fucking movies. In fact, the director of the movie saw my review today and gave me a comment. But dude, fucking awesome movie. You got to check it out. I don't know why I interrupted this review just to tell you about that.
That's fine.
But it's fucking hilarious, and I love the movie. It's so good.
But no, some of the acting, at least in my perspective, is, it's not a high-budget film, so...
Well, it's higher budget than some others. I mean, it's not... it's not I wouldn't call it a low budget film, but it's not a...
Yeah.
It's not a Halloween movie. It's not a $10 million budget.
No.
No.
Yeah, and I don't know who thought of the concept of this movie, but I do like it. It's a good concept.
My only con is that this movie has some very convenient plot points to move the story along.
It does. Like,
all of a sudden, they're in the middle of this ghost town that we don't know what the fuck is going on. and all of a sudden they just happen to be in a room that happens to have recordings and files explaining everything we need to know in the movie.
Yeah, but it was kind of fun.
I'm not saying it's not fun. It's just kind of convenient, kind of lazy storytelling a little bit.
Yeah. They created this wrestler out of 3 other wrestlers, and he's insane.
Oh, man. What's your next con? Because I want to get in pros because I got some fun stuff to talk about.
All right. My last con for this build is the beginning is a little slow, but it makes up for it. This movie makes up for it because the beginning kind of drags a little bit, and the movie's only
it kind of gets into it pretty. Well, I mean, that was my opinion. I didn't think
the very beginning is a little tiny bit slow, but it's only a 75-minute film. But it makes up for it. It makes up for that, first 5 to, not even 10 minutes, probably like 5 to 7 minutes. It is a little slow.
I actually thought the pacing was pretty good. In fact, that was one of my pros. I thought the pacing was decent.
Okay, well,
so
let's
maybe
start
it was just
there.
slow to you. Or maybe it was
just
slow.
The very beginning. As I said, just the very beginning.
Yeah, the pacing is my first pro. I like the pacing. I thought the story moved along a good clip. It is only an hour and 15 minutes long, so it's not... Okay, I love having this discussion, especially with my buddy Joe, the horror man, as you know him. He likes shorter films. Me, personally, I like shorter films on days I have things to do. Like on my weeknights when I'm working and I have to get a movie in and get it reviewed. And so I like shorter films. So I thought it moved along pretty well for the film's time. It's not a 2-hour film. It's not, it's not something that we're getting really deep into story and characters.
Yeah.
It's just a quick, fast bloodfest, and that's what this movie is.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that.
For me, I don't care how short a film is or how long a film is. I really do not, as long as it's good.
Yeah, Groundhog's only 60 minutes, and that's awesome. Never Hike Alone is 59 or 53 minutes.
Yeah, it's not long. But then there are movies that are like 3 hours long, and it doesn't seem 3 hours to you.
Yeah.
Because it's that good. So it doesn't matter. As long as the film is good, it doesn't matter to me how long the film is.
Right. What's your first pro?
All right. My first pro for this film is Rey Mysterio Sr.
He does a good job.
He does a great job in this film. For
limited acting ability, he does a really good job.
Well, yeah. But he knows how to entertain people because he is a real luchador wrestler.
All right.
Love that. Love the fact that they went and actually got somebody that has done this in real life. So that is a nice thing to do. Because they could have found any big dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a big guy to play this luchador. No, we got a real luchador.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Get it for a living.
Like I said, this movie is not a horror comedy, but it does have some humor. And I got to give it to the dialogue and the writing in the movie. I enjoyed it. There's a particular scene that I really like. One of the crew is Hispanic driver. He throws the map out of the window, and his buddy's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, it's okay. You're Mexican." He's like, "I'm from Seattle." He's like, "So you should know your way around Mexico." I was just like, "That's just so fucking funny, and it's so fucked up at the same time."
Yes.
Yes,
but I'll give you that.
I like the dialogue. I like the writing. I think they did a decent job on it. It was really good and entertaining. It's not, Shakespeare, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
That's the second time today I've used that sentence.
Shakespeare and
yeah, it's not Shakespeare, but it's entertaining. I used that talking to Jason earlier today. What up, buddy?
Weird.
So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really fun. I like the dialogue. I like the writing. It's good.
Okay. My next pro for this film is the whole taking of faces as the luchador style. You're disgracing them.
That was going to be a pro of mine too, so let's talk about it.
And it's kind of like a weird thing, like a lot of people wear masks without wearing one. So it's kind of symbolic too. I don't think they meant it that way, but I found it symbolic that way, that there are people in this world that they're not wearing a mask, but they wear one all the time. So him taking their faces off to humiliate them, I thought it was awesome. especially with the whole luchador concept of taking the mask off.
That's pretty fucking deep, bro.
Wow, for someone like me?
You went all philosophical on us right there.
Yeah, for someone like me.
I'm actually really impressed.
Well,
I'm not saying you're not smart or anything. I mean, you're definitely smart, but
no,
that's just pretty fucking cool. I mean, I didn't even think of it that way. You know, that's pretty good. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Props.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Props. Segueing off of that, also the taking of the faces. I fucking love it. But for me, there's nothing very deep about it. I just love the bloody gore.
Oh, yeah.
I love the bloody gore. And then I love how
gore.
he keeps them as trophies. And he sticks them on the wall. And all around his quote-unquote ring, that's all dilapidated and falling down, there's faces everywhere, all around.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's cool looking, man. And I thought it was such a cool way to do it. It kind of reminiscent a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a little bit of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
You know, just very visceral. And I just really enjoyed that. I thought it was so cool.
Very primal.
The gore in this is really good.
Yes, it is.
You know, even at the end with the end fight and the gore scene there, you know, with the final person and El Mascarado, I really enjoyed the gore there. It's just a really good gory movie, and I enjoyed it a lot.
It's fun. If you want just a good gore fest, it is a fun movie.
I mean, it's not entrails falling out gore. It's not that, but it's good blood, face ripping gore, and I got to mention the face ripping again.
Yes,
they did a really good job on that. It looks really good,
and it was practical effects.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
It was practical effects.
I didn't watch the thing on it, so I don't know.
Yeah. The face ripping thing, that is actually practical effects, no CGI bullshit.
Sweet. Yeah. I gotta loan you that movie. I'm sorry, I can't get over that movie. I fucking love it. It's so fucking awesome. It's so dumb, but it's so great. So I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
One of the things I really loved about this movie, it is a very, very unique premise. How many killer wrestler movies do we have? I can name two. This one, and one that my buddy Jason, that I haven't even seen yet, showed me, or did a feature on one of his videos called What's in the Bag, Jay? Check out Horrific Nightmares JM. He's an awesome guy. He had a movie that he did a review on called Wrestle Massacre. That's two wrestling movies that I can think of that are horror films. This is a unique concept, and the luchador element as well is also unique.
Yes.
I thought it was a unique premise. It was very inventive, and I really liked that. It's a new, cool take on a slasher film.
Yes. And I love that because, like you said, I didn't even know about that other movie. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I didn't either until I watched Jason do his videos.
We got to see this.
Yeah,
we must see this.
I've been meaning to watch it or find it. So
we must see this film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another pro of mine, and this is kind of just, it was kind of a Scooby-Doo moment in this film, where the final girl, if you could call her that, because, she really wasn't very final, gets in a barrel to hide from our luchador. A barrel full of water. And he's, where is she? He goes away, and she pops out of this barrel. I thought it was funny. It was very...
I don't think they were going for funny.
But it was so Scooby-Doo reminiscent that I just had to laugh at that. I loved it. I loved that scene.
I can get behind that.
I wouldn't mind it. More Scooby-Doo style scenes. You know, because it is just hilarious.
Right. So what you got next?
Alright. I really don't... We already covered the blood and gore. That was another one of mine. Because it is done really well. I got nothing really else left.
I got two more things. One small I just want to mention real quick.
Okay.
As I said, this movie is not a horror comedy, but it is unintentionally, at least in my opinion, unintentionally funny.
Kind of like Evil Dead.
Yeah. Well, the first Evil Dead wasn't really funny at all, but the second one, that was pretty funny. And I think it was kind of intentional, but it's a matter of opinion.
Well, no, the first Evil Dead I kind of found comical.
Yeah, that's true. when they get to the ghost town and they go to undo the chain, they snap the chain off, the gates just fall over.
Crash.
And it was funny as hell to me. And I was like, that's just awesome.
So what was the point of the bolt cutters? We could have just blew it over.
You could have just
breath.
pushed it over.
Not even that, you just go.
I don't think that was supposed to be comedic, but it was to me. I think they were trying to show that it was dilapidated, but to me it was just fucking
I think they were going for ominous too there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there is one more thing that I do like.
Mm-hmm.
We got a sort of weird nut job out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Oh, that reminds me.
The gas station dude.
You know, on one of the questions for the contest, the 500 subs contest, which is going on right now.
Yeah.
The prizes are right here, guys. Check them out.
That's not a part of it.
Yeah.
You can buy that for real cheap on eBay. You can't have my copy.
Autographed by Kane Hodder. Real.
Yep.
Autographed by James Jude Courtney. Real. Join the contest. Anyways, though, one of the questions is where would you put me, you, and Danny in a horror film, right?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody named you Crazy Ralph.
They named me Ralph. Doom. I loved it. I did. I've watched them all so far.
There's a couple new ones. I don't know if you saw the new ones, but there's a couple new ones.
Since last night?
One or two, depending on when you watched. One or two new ones, depending on when you watched.
Okay. Let's check those out.
But
yeah, I did love that. I did love being put as Crazy Ralph.
That's awesome. But anyways, my final pro, guys, is finally the fat guy steps up and the fat guy is the hero. He still dies, but he's the hero.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, the fat guy stepped up, man. Usually the fat guy just kills right away. In this movie, the fat guy knew everything. He was like on it. He was fucking brave. He stepped up and took on El Mascarado, and they had an awesome fucking match, quote unquote match.
Except for the first half of it, like you see the doors shut.
Yeah, when they go to lock up,
the
doors end up shutting in, but then it comes back to it and you see the rest of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That first part of it, you just hear some grunting from him.
Right.
Yeah, Fats. They actually called him Fats. Steve, a.k.a. Fats.
Yep, his name was Fats in the movie.
His name was Steve, but a.k.a.
Well, they
Fats.
called him Fats. It's like in the movie I want you to watch, the Unicorn movie. The kid's name is Larry, but everybody called him Lunchbox.
What?
You gotta watch it, dude.
I'm gonna
have to bring it to you.
Lunchbox. I've heard.
Jay used to call Silent Bob that.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've heard that before.
So, that's it, guys, for our thoughts, I think. Did you have a favorite kill?
Yeah, I do. Favorite kill. Alphonse. The porn dude. First he gets his face bashed in the church, and then he gets his face ripped off.
And
in the graveyard.
All his teeth fall out. It's
yeah.
really cool.
Oh, very nice. That's mine.
Excuse me. That's actually mine as well, guys. So, there's not much else we can say except for this is BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
And Bill saying good night.
Hasta la vista, you fuck.
Hey, you double G-A-L-O, baby.